Hey YouTube, this is going to be a little bit of a different style of video. I'm building a AR-15, and I figured you guys might like watching and seeing a little update on them. So far, I got the lower parts kit, the magazines, buffer tube in stock, and the foregrip. I have the upper sights. They are the magpul flip up. Pretty nice. They're not the best sights, but I wanted everything to match, and if you can't tell, it is OD green. The reason that it's not that I bought like the upper sights and the foregrip, all the green stuff before I got the upper was because magpul, if you didn't know, is actually discontinuing this color, the OD green, and they're replacing it with foliage. So because that was the color I wanted to go with, I had to buy all the stuff real fast. This video just going to kind of show you what I'm doing with it, and also is going to show you how to install a pistol grip. This is the magpul MOE Plus in OD green. So far, I really like this grip. The one complaint I do have, though, is this lower piece, the bottom cover, is very hard to get out. I don't know if it's this that causes the issue, or if it's the, I don't know if you can see it, there you go, or if it's the little tab right here, but it's pretty annoying. Let me go ahead and put this on real fast, and then I'll give you guys an update on what parts I've used and what parts I'm planning on getting. Okay, so to put in a, let me put this, I'm going to angle it so that the light shines in. Okay, first what you're going to do is you're going to have one spring, one little, I think it's a buffer, I'm not sure, and pistol grip, and a screw. So this is a very simple thing to change out. All you'll need is a screwdriver. Pretty much, first you take a little buffer tube. Let me see if it'll focus. Okay, it's not focusing, but pretty much the buffer tube looks like a little missile. This end right here is perfectly flat, and if you can see it, there's a little groove in it, and then the other end is a point. Okay, I just edited the video because I was not paying attention, and I put the little buffer in wrong. You want it point down, not point up. But anyway, as I was saying, you're going to take the spring, and you're going to put it inside the grip, and then you're going to that is very... Oh. Sorry. Doing this on camera makes everything look backwards. I'm sorry. For some reason, I was trying to put the grip on like that, and obviously that's not how it goes. So pretty much you're just going to put it on and make sure you get the spring inside the grip as well as the hole. So it's going to fit in like that, and then this grip is very tight on the gun, and you can just push it down. Okay, next, let's see if you'll be able to see it. At the bottom of the tube, that lower hole is the screw hole. and that is where you're going to put in the screw. And then after you do that, you are done. Now, I was not paying attention when I first got this grip, and I didn't realize the blue stuff on this was Loctite. I don't know why I didn't realize it, but I didn't. And I ended up trying to wash away all the Loctite. And by doing that, it actually fit in a lot easier. Because originally when I was putting the grip on, the Loctite was making it very hard to tighten. And obviously that's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to keep it from coming loose. And so, I don't know if you can see any on here, but I pretty much got all the Loctite off. And I don't really recommend doing that. It was just my personal preference. Come on. Okay, this can be quite... Oops, sorry. Knocked the camera with the buttstock. This can be quite difficult to actually get in. I find the best way to do it is kind of put your index finger on it and kind of walk it down the side. There we go. Okay, it is in the hole. And then all you're going to do is go ahead and you're going to tighten it. Okay, it's starting to get tighter, and so I'm going to want to make sure the grip is as far up as it can go, which it is, and then I'm going to tighten it more. This isn't normally how I hold a screwdriver, but because the camera's there, that's how I have to hold it, and just so you don't think I use screwdrivers wrong. Okay, that is as tight as it will go. And you can see there is no give. And I have to admit, at first I didn't like this design when I first saw it on the internet, but after having held a grip like this with this extra guard right there, I really enjoy it, because I feel I tend to keep the middle of my fingers right there pretty high up, and so it causes kind of rubbing if I don't have that protective cover, because I'll hit the metal, and so that is really nice. Okay, and then you have your safe, and then your fire. So it works properly. Now, word of caution, if you have this part of the hammer hit the mag release right there, it can break your hole lower, so don't do that. Put your finger there or put a cloth. Okay, if you guys are interested, I'm going to now go over the parts I've used. Okay, to start, use the stag arms lower, 5.56 .223 caliber. I'll give you a quick rundown, but if you guys want exact numbers, just ask me. This was, I want to say it was $80. Then I used the DPMS lower parts kit, that ran another $80. Have magpul PMag. I forget which model it is exactly, but it does have the clear cover here so I can see how many rounds I have. Magpul extended trigger guard. I really like this. I prefer to shoot with gloves, and it gives me a lot more room, and plus I don't like having just the look of the straight across trigger guard. Next up is Magpul, like I said, MOE plus grip, it is rubber coated on the outside. Then here I have magpul quick disconnect, single point sling attachment. It was very simple to install. Next up I have magpul CTR stock. I like this stock a lot. When I have, you can see, let me adjust it a little bit, and you can see there is a little bit of wiggle right now, and once I put that in, there is no wiggle whatsoever. If you haven't heard about this stock at all, pretty much there's no difference between this and the MOE, except for right here, this sling attachment, and then this lock up here. And this one is $99 versus $60, I believe, or $50 for the MOE, and I always recommend this one over that. It was worth the extra $40 because there is no mag play at all. Stock play at all, which that can get kind of annoying to me. Next up, for the buffer tube, I used a mil-spec ATI buffer tube and buffer tube kit. So just to go over it, $70 for the lower, $90 or $80 for the lower parts kit, $17 per magazine. I did get 3. I probably will get a couple more. I wanted 8 in total, but I didn't want to spend that much right now. $8 or $9 for the extended trigger guard. It is the polymer, I believe, not the aluminum. $23-ish for the grip. I'm pretty sure this was $17 or $18 for the single point sling. Buffer tube kit was $50, $60, right around there. And then $99 for the buttstock. And then you're probably asking, why did I go with building my own? This is my very first full-size AR. I do have a 22, but why did I go with building my own versus buying one from a company? Pretty much the reason is when I looked at them, they all ran about $800, the ones I was looking at, and then I did want to make a green. So I'd be getting green magazines, green extended trigger guard, stock and grip, plus foregrip, and sights. So when you have to replace, 5 out of the 6 green items or so that you want, then what is that? You're losing probably like $60 or so, maybe even closer to $100, depending on how much you're able to find these parts for. And then I'm looking at when looking at things like the front sight, for example. I wanted to run a flip up versus a fixed A2 sight, the A2 style, and so I'm going to have to get a gas block. And by the other part that I was forgetting about is the rail guard. If I wanted to, I didn't want to just get the plastic standard M16 rail, or plastic cover guard, I think they're called, I don't know. But I wanted a rail, but I didn't want to get a heavy rail either and then replace it later. Or the other part was I didn't want to get a heavy upper and have to replace it later with lighter barrels and things like that, because then you're just spending money re-upgrading when you could have, if you put it out in the beginning, you eventually save yourself some money. I am trying to make this as light as possible. This isn't the lightest lower combination out there, but I'm making it the lightest I want to an extent. There are certain parts that I want on here, and that's why they're on here, even though it can save weight, like having this single point sling mount or having a lighter grip. Reason I did not do a how-to video on putting the lower parts together was solely because I was following a YouTube video to put them together. This is my first ever gun I've ever worked on, besides taking them apart to clean, and I didn't want to watch a video, think I have everything set, and then install it as you guys are watching, because if I mess up, you mess up, and there's going to be a ton of editing because I'm going to forget something and I'm going to have to go back. So that is pretty much it. I am missing 2 parts for the lower I just haven't purchased yet. One is the bad lever that would go right there, the magpul. That is probably going to be purchased tomorrow, and I can do an install video on that and the purpose of it, because until I looked it up more, I didn't understand what it was for. And then the other item is I am going to get the extended buttstock, not extended buttstock, I'm sorry, the extended pad that Magpul sells for these stocks, because this is plastic right here with a rubber coating on top. This is not rubber. It is very, very hard. And so I prefer rubber for the buttstock and the grips. And so I'm going to be replacing that. But if you guys want any other videos on guns and rifles, let me know if you guys enjoyed this video. And I'll do another video when I start ordering some upper parts and let you know what the upper is going to be like. And I'll show you a completed rifle video, plus some shooting videos maybe. So let me know how you guys like this and what other types of videos you'd like to see. Thanks. Bye.